Did it up, did it up, did it up, did it up. There's a song on TikTok that has that, like, I forget what it is. Hi, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Loser Leaves Wrestling. This is the Weekly Wrestle, episode 15. Episode 15. A lot
15. I was just saying, I was thinking about that today because we did this for a while before we started doing the Weekly Wrestle. Like you and I together did this for a couple of months. But like, and for every Weekly Wrestle we do an additional show on top. We've done 30 shows.
We've done a lot of shows.
We've done a lot of shows.
And you should all be, thank you all so much for your patronage. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. My name is Red Jefferson, and I'm here with Roy Hammer. Roy Hammer. How are we doing, Roy?
Good, man. I am pumped to the gills. I'm exploding with excitement for the wrestling that's happening this weekend.
Woo! Yeah, it's a big week.
It's big.
It's a big weekend.
Pretty
a lot of big moving things. Sound off in the chat. And we have some predictions from Certified Hustler podcast. Have you, by the way, everyone check out Certified Hustler podcast.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing. All the Monies is already in the chat. Culver City and housing.
Let's go.
Are you in Culver City?
Culver City, all the Monies.
That's not too far from me, dog.
That's true.
I'm in MacArthur Park. We could take the train to each other. Thank you so much for joining all the Monies. Everyone jump in the chat. Let us know how you're doing. We're going to start talking about this. There's a lot of things. First thing, also, Loser Lose Wrestling, call the hotline. Call the hotline. A lot of juicy gossip on that hotline. It's free. And also, you may want to leave us a message, send us a photo, send us pics. I don't care how saucy they are. I've gotten some saucy ones already. There are some weird people. Weird people that are sending me weird things.
Not even sure if they listen to the show.
Not even mad at it anymore. At first it was just like, oh, come on. I'm just like, oh, okay. That's content. All the Money says, just notice y'all do podcasts all week. Plug it. We don't do our podcasts all week. We do 2 a week. Soon.
But do the podcasts themselves come out the day after the live streams? So it's, it's like, it feels like we're doing them all week.
Oh yeah, definitely feels like there's 4. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Get in there. Get your greasy fingers into that button.
Do a little foreshadowing because maybe we will do podcasts all week.
We'll do podcasts all week. Very good point. All the Money is very good point. Let's start talking about this stuff. We have a lot to go through, right, Roy?
Yeah, we sure do. Because it's our tradition is on the eve of the AEW pay-per-view, we do Red's predictions for the pay-per-view.
Sure. We have some predictions to go through.
I've got some different ideas of how to kind of handle that segment. We're going to kind of play it by ear. You'll do your predictions. I'll probably do a little prediction stuff. Well, maybe something might happen there.
We might have some fun. We may have some fun. We might. But we probably start off with Rampage, right?
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Tam, why don't you hit that Rampage graphic so we could start talking about Rampage. I just watched it this morning. And what are your overall thoughts on it? What is your flavor? What's the best hit for you?
Yeah, I mean, I love a live Rampage. Give me a live Rampage every time. That triple threat match was very, very good. It was very, very good. I saw people on the internet saying it's one of the best triple threat matches of all time. Pretty aggressive, but still very good.
Man, it's one of the best triple threat matches I've seen in a long time. It was impressive the way that it made sense. You know, they were fighting for the win. They were working together at times, and then it was a very fluid, surprisingly fluid. I thought it was very important. Very, very good job. Very good job.
Yeah, I feel that way as well. I just think, like, I've said this before, but like Darby and Sammy are like Brett and Sean in the sense that they just have this chemistry where they can just go. I'm saying with each other. Like Brett had that chemistry with Sean. Brett had that chemistry with Owen. Yeah. Like they have that chemistry with one another. They're not on the same level as Brett and Sean, but they have that type of chemistry. And Andrade is just so good. Andrade is so good.
Really shined. Like this was honestly, he shined more than he ever has in AEW. He really showed what he could do. He looks like a monster. He kind of reminds me of, like, I would love to see him versus Miro. I was just thinking that the entire match of just like these two would have a fun time. But that was the highlight for me. There were some good spots, and I thought throughout the show was great. I thought Christian versus Jungle Boy was not Jungle Boy. Christian versus Ethan Page was very good. I thought
no, keep going.
I thought the backstage attack on Jade from Ty was terrible.
Yeah,
it was absolutely egregious. Ty is not there yet, and also Jade, stay down. Pretend you're unconscious. You got sneak attack. You got knocked out. Just stay down. Don't look at her and be like, I can't do anything because I'm on the ground and they're standing. Like, it's a weird
thing. It's like if WCW had done a backstage attack on Goldberg in like early 1998, like it's like a weird thing where like you can't look vulnerable, but yet you're put in a position where if you don't look vulnerable, you will like hurt your opponent. Like it's a weird thing. So you should just avoid doing it completely.
Yeah, 100%. We have some comments here. All the Money says, what days? Well, our shows are Wednesday. It's our reviews show, the AEW Dynamite review. And then on Saturday, we've got the Weekly Wrestle. Maybe more coming down the pike. Mo says, I wasn't ready to have Shida back. Andrade looked the best since arriving. Yes, Andrade looked the best since arriving. What do you mean by you weren't ready to have Shida back? I think, I guess one of what the thing is, let's talk about Serena Deeb. Because I was hoping that Deeb would maybe move on to something else first before going right. I think that's what you mean, Mose, and I think I kind of agree, I guess, that I feel like Deeb should have maybe gotten to a program with Jade or with Ruby, and then Shida comes back, so then they could go back to that, right?
Yeah, I mean, my crackpot theory was that she was going to do these rookie challenges, and then homegirl Jade was going to come out and be like, hey, I'm a rookie. Try to beat me in 5 minutes. And then she doesn't. Then they have a match for the TNT, the TBS title. She wins. And then Shida comes back and they feud over the TBS title. And eventually Shida wins the TBS championship. Like that's kind of where my head was at, more long term. But hey, we'll see what happens. I mean, I like me some Shida. I'm a big Shida fan.
Yeah, we love our Shida. Shida's. I'm glad that she's back. And bless Tam. Tam's doing some
moving around,
working double time today. He's fixing everything up, making it look real good. Look how sharp everything looks right now. Look how sharp. And thank you so much. Give everyone a sound off for Tam. Andrade looks ready for a run. All the Money said that. A lot of people do. A lot of people look ready for what?
I said, yeah, it's the problem. So many people are ready for a run. Hey, can I give you a potentially unpopular opinion that we can talk about a little bit? Does Keith Lee look ready for a run right now?
I was just about to bring that up as well. Keith Lee, bless his heart. First thing, stupid booking. Give him a little guy. They had him face Keith Lee versus JD Drake. Probably would be a great match down the line. Yeah. But the thing is, Keith Lee is a little out of shape right now. Yeah. He looks pretty winded. And honestly, that's with WWE, this wouldn't have happened. They would have had him have some dark matches first, or kind of get used to the crowd, find out exactly if he's ready for this type. We can say that WWE does things well sometimes.
Yeah, but it's hard to say that with Keith Lee because they butchered him.
They butchered it, but they wouldn't put someone in a situation where they're like their cardio is not there yet. Yeah. You know, they wouldn't put them in front of people if their cardio wasn't there. You know, and I feel like Keith Lee, strong as ever, that's not changing. It's just that. Man, he just needs to get that cardio going again because he looked pretty winded.
Yeah,
he looked pretty winded.
I would worry about
God bless him. He's lifting up JD Drake and Cesar Bernini.
300 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
And also, again, he was on Chris Jericho's podcast on Friday, and I did listen to it. I'll listen to a Keith Lee interview any day, anytime. And there's a couple of little moments where Chris Jericho is just whatever, but if you really think about what Keith Lee kind of went through since the beginning of the pandemic, where he was NXT champion and that was really awesome for him. And he was in a good place at that time. And then he got COVID and it was really bad for him. And then he got a blood infection because of COVID and couldn't really do anything for months and months and months and months. And then he comes back and he's barely doing anything. After that, he hasn't had a 15 or a 20-minute match. Yeah. He hasn't done anything in a really long time. So
yeah, and so this was just a bad position. They shouldn't have put him in this ladder match. They should have put him in this ladder match. Let him sit at this one out. Why is a guy just coming in getting to go into this big ladder match for this championship or title or face of the whatever they call him?
While someone like Andrade is in like a 6-man tornado match on a team that's probably going to lose.
Yeah.
So can I tell you something real quick though about this Jericho podcast?
What about it?
Keith Lee was like, "Oh yeah, I got this blood infection and it really affected my cardio and it really like hurt me. I almost died." And Jericho just real quickly and excitedly was like, "Oh, because it wasn't because of COVID? So COVID isn't bad?"
Oh my, did he say that?
He didn't say COVID isn't bad, but he was like, "Oh, so it wasn't COVID's fault." And Keith Lee was like, "Actually, it was because of COVID that I got this blood infection."
Jesus
and he was
Christ.
like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, okay. Fucking Christ. Just go to control your narrative already. Mo says, Jade is really hard to like. I'm really trying to buy in. Yeah, I'm more curious what you mean. Like because she's supposed to be a bad guy. So we're not supposed to like her. But if you're saying like in terms of her ability, she's almost there. She just needs to. She just needs to realize that she is a monster, and things will change. Things will change. And she's working with
out a little bit.
And she's working with Brian, so hopefully. Mo says exactly, Red. Sheeta feud is way too soon. Yeah. But you know what? I do enjoy seeing them together, so we're at least going to get some good matches out of it.
Yeah. And I don't think they're doing everything they could with this 5-minute challenge. I think she should be cutting promos after each victory. She should be cutting a promo.
It should be, she should be cutting a promo during the 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's great.
Mose, do you think Keith will gas out at Revolution? The good thing about a 6-man team thing, you got a lot of rest time. There's a lot of rest time in there where you're able to stay off to the side. So hopefully not. But there are some beefy guys in there, and it's just. Man, this is just not the spot for Keith Lee right now.
It's tough. It's tough because he's not in good enough shape right now, I guess, or he's not whatever to do all of the, athletic, all of the agility, like to showcase all of that. So he's just doing strength things, but he's doing strength things on also really big, heavy guys to show how strong he is.
Jesus, why are they doing this? This is so
it's tricky.
But I think we should probably move on to the news at this point.
I think we need to move on to the news.
I think we got to move on to the news. Call the hotline 201-574-7222 for some juicy hot gossip. All the money says Jade got those China vibes. Yeah. I think Jade is the China, like just in terms of just a giant, powerful woman. She's like, they have those similar vibes. But China, bless her heart, bless her soul. She just never got the wrestling aspect of it, the improvisational aspect of it. Jade can get there. Jade can get there. She's young.
Jade is also a better athlete than China ever was.
Oh,
I'm not saying China wasn't athletic, but like Jade was like a professional basketball player.
Jade is a more versatile athlete. Yes, but I do believe China would wreck her in a lifting competition or a lifting.
Sure, I'm just talking about athleticism as far as fluidity and movement in the ring. I think Jade, speed. Sure, let's go with speed.
All right,
but I guess China also didn't have Bryan Danielson to train her, so
only. Joe writes, can't wait for eventual conspiracy theory from Jericho. He has a lot of wackadoos on other random conspiracies. Only a matter of time. Joe writes, conspiracy theory episode of Jericho's podcast.
He has some weirdos on that show.
He does. Joe writes, she could be the good, talented China. Hey, let's know. Whoa. China was, I like China.
Different era. Different era.
Brooklyn Bleak, welcome to the chat. Welcome, yes, Brooklyn definitely. Bleak. And I agree. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Brooklyn Bleak. Thank you so much for joining. That's so sweet. We're going to talk about the news now. Let's go to that first slide, Tam. First slide, Tam. And we all know Ring of Honor is all elite. And we learned a little bit more information about it this week. We learned that, some of this is from the news. Some of this is from Certified Hustler Podcast. Because he knew. Certified Hustler Podcast did know weeks ago that this was the thing. Tony Khan apparently purchased for $40 million Ring of Honor.
Is that number confirmed? $40 million?
From Certified Hustler Podcast, yes.
Okay, so potentially for $40 million.
Everything's potential. I don't want the documents. Anything we read is potentially.
That's
all wrestling news is potentially. Smash the like button. We got that. So it's good. Apparently, the idea is it might be a feeder system for AEW, similar to not similar to NXT, but similar to Evolve or similar to
ECW,
what ECW was to WWF, where like they'll have their guys there, they'll kind of switch them out, kind of keep people fresh and have that going. Then the things that were purchased, the intellectual property, the tape library and such, and definitely almost certainly going to be used for some sort of streaming service, potentially HBO Max. If you listen to Certified Hustler podcast, they think that HBO Max is getting a big group thing. They're getting AEW, Ring of Honor with that deal, but also they want to do a big group streaming service with Impact and some others as well to get this big. Hey, on what? Certified Hustler hasn't lied to me before.
Hey, there might be an executive who's running HBO Max that secretly is like a huge indie wrestling fan, and that guy is like, we gotta get Impact.
No, I'm telling you.
Early Christopher Daniels matches, man. Gotta get it. Hey, I'd love that. Are you kidding? Come on. I already got HBO Max. The movie buff could also be a wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true. S. Where's S? Let us know how you're doing.
Come on now, S.
And so there's the streaming service, and WWE has had some interest for some time. So back in, like, I think 2018, Triple H was trying to purchase it.
Yeah.
Triple H was trying to purchase it, and they were lowballing. They were lowballing, apparently. And so they didn't make that purchase. But a lot of people in WWE were shocked. Pretty shocked to hear that old Tony Khan made that big purchase. Where do you see this heading, Royd? Where do you see this Ring of Honor relationship heading? Do you see it getting a TV deal? Do you see it just being continue as is? Is it evolving or is it staying put?
I think it's evolving. I think it's 100% evolving. I don't know actually, because I was going to say I don't think it's going to evolve as much as like we want it to. Similar to how like the whole Forbidden Door, like Impact Kenny thing, like we wanted so much more out of that, and we didn't get it. But this is a situation where like Tony Khan owns everything, so he can do whatever he wants, and there is no other person saying like, "Oh, don't use my talent this way. Or you can't do this. You can't do that." Tony owns it all. So like in theory, what I would love is everything on HBO Max. Ring of Honor has a weekly show either on HBO Max or, like S had mentioned, like on True TV or something like that.
Pro Wrestling TV.
Or Pro Wrestling TV.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Oh, gosh. And then they also hold quarterly big events coupled with AEW pay-per-views.
Yeah.
A Ring of Honor show Saturday night, AEW show Sunday night.
And it's very exciting. I'm very excited about it. It is.
It's so exciting.
Joe writes, feeder system is the right play, not another brand on the same level. And I agree with that. I think 100%. I don't think it should be like Ring of Honor does not have the notoriety that AEW has had the past 3 years. Mm-hmm. And it would just be silly to try and make it on that same level. It's not WCW. We have to remember it's not WCW.
100%. 100%. I was listening to Meltzer and Alvarez talk about this, and Meltzer's like, you should get rid of the Ring of Honor branding because AEW is such a bigger name. And that's all true. But if you keep Ring of Honor, bring in like up and coming AEW talent, like a Hook, let's say, or Dante Martin, Top Flight, etc., and you advertise these Ring of Honor shows on AEW television, those shows are going to sell tickets. They're going to make money. It's going to happen.
Yeah, and also the thing is, like, if you bring it underneath the same umbrella, that doesn't make AEW bigger as a whole. What you could do is make Ring of Honor a larger intellectual property as well. You could bring by having them stay separate, you could maybe have Ring of Honor rise up. Whereas if you combine them, AEW doesn't really get much.
100%.
Doesn't get bigger.
Absolutely.
Well, we also have here, Brooklyn Bleak says, smart. Impact catalog is great too. It is a great catalog.
Yeah,
I wonder
how a lot of weird stuff.
I want to check out the streaming service. Honestly,
I'll give you my login.
You have it?
Okay.
You monster.
Well, here's the thing.
I gave you my Discovery Go.
You use. Oh, I guess we pay for Sling. We split Sling. But I will say, you also have my fight.
And I also have your parents' cable.
I forgot. I changed my username and can't remember what it is. So I just pay for it every month because I can't cancel it because I can't log in.
That's so funny. We'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out together. Joe writes, no invasion, please. Well, let's not speak too soon. I like the idea of an invasion.
Can we talk about the invasion real quick? Because Brooklyn
Which one?
Brooklyn Bleak says Impact is already doing that Ring of Honor invasion stuff. LOL. And it's true, they are. However, they're doing it with like Michael Bennett, who's fine. Matt Taven, fine. PCO, sure. That other guy who does the Charles Manson gimmick, fine. But like, that makes it like, fine. That's good for them. But if you do a Ring of Honor invasion of AEW with Jonathan Gresham and the Briscoes. And then like maybe Jay Lethal's like, you never use me. I'm on Ring of Honor's side. Yeah. And then people
Christopher Daniels crosses over.
Christopher Daniels. Home. Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, Samoa Joe. They're all just like, yeah, we're all elite.
That's it. You signed Joe. Yeah. Joe's not all elite. You signed Joe and then Joe, Gresham, and the Briscoes.
But also take
lead a charge.
Brian and CM Punk. Man, I would love that.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that sounds interesting. Let's see where it goes. Honestly, I'm not for it being starting. I don't want to start off like, let's do an invasion.
Yeah.
Let's what else we got here? All the Money says whatever the kayfabe details are, Ring of Honor getting more exposure is a good thing. Reach for the skies.
Absolutely.
Very smart, All the Monies. I like that. I like that spirit. Mose writes, think about live Ring of Honor shows with assaulting of AEW talent could really bust up the profile to new viewers like me. 100%. You're very excellent point.
100%.
Excellent point. And then Brooklyn Bleak says, Claudio, you're damn right. Olay. That's right. Honestly, that's the leader of your invasion. But honestly, he should be the first signed with the new Ring of Honor.
Yeah, sure. I think he should be with Brian in AEW. And I think Brian and him should be a pair. And then the Ring of Honor invades. They collectively turn on AEW and join Ring of Honor.
Oh, love it.
I'm going crazy.
Bring Brooklyn Bleak. Bring back Kings of Wrestling. Was that Chris Hero and
Claudio? Yeah. Sure.
Joe writes, Invasion doesn't work on TV. Tony bought them, not just in real life. He even mentioned Shane here. Well,
sure.
Yeah, I'm not saying right away.
But also, you know what we're forgetting? You know who's going to lead the invasion?
Cody. Danhausen?
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah, Danhausen. Cody. And then that's a whole other ballgame.
Actually, that's my next point into this is Chica Marks, right? Danhausen could be the leader. Love you, Chica Marks. Thank you so much for joining the chat, Chica Marks. Joe writes, why have his own brand invade themselves? Well, I'm saying not yet.
Yeah, you gotta like
yet. You put
who's the superior brand?
Yeah,
this is like a real life Survivor Series.
Yeah, and also Cody could still sneak in and he could still have his name on the contract. Connor O'Reilly, welcome to the chat. Says AEW Blood and Guts team, Ring of Honor OGs, current stars versus Team AEW. I would love, even if there's not an invasion, I would love for there to be a one-off pay-per-view every year where they're just like AEW versus Ring of Honor.
There should be more of that, honestly, in my opinion. But it's a situation where you can't get promoters to agree who's going to go over.
But now you can because
now you can.
Yeah. And I do believe Cody is somehow involved in this. I do not believe any of the reports that WWE is thinking of things. Maybe they are thinking of things for Cody, and maybe Cody is flirting with the idea. Pen has not been to paper, and this just happened. Yeah, I definitly feel this has all been a work. This has all been in the works.
I'm trying to pull up the
Cody. You think Cody is going to? Cody's not an idiot. If Tony is working on a Ring of Honor deal, I'm sure Cody was somewhat abreast of the situation, kind of knew what was going on. Like, there's just too much going on right now for me to even think.
Two things. One, I apologize because I tweeted about this show, and for some reason the YouTube link doesn't work in the tweet. Sorry about that. But All the Monies and Mose were the two people that said it doesn't work, and they found their way here anyway.
Thank you so much, All the Monies and Mose. You did a great job. Keep us accountable.
And the reason that I have my phone up is because 2 hours ago, Grandpa Dave Meltzer tweeted, definite change in Cody WWE status. Creative was told last night. Ooh. We don't know what that means necessarily.
He's not a part of it. He is not in the mix.
But can I also throw another fork into this? I saw a gimmick here from Fightful Select that says, we're told the show at tonight, WWE is an MSG. And they said, we're being told the show is being closely guarded and what is happening is being left way more private than most shows, even for television. One source told us that the internal rundowns are nowhere near as widely available as most other events. So there could also be, my feeling is, if Cody doesn't debut at Madison Square Garden to be Brock Lesnar's opponent in this title match tonight, he's doing this whole AEW Ring of Honor thing. It's going down. Yeah, that's my feeling.
Why would he go in just to lose to Brock?
There would be a schmaz. It wouldn't be a lot. The WWE loves schmazes.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's all about the debut.
Is there a show? Do they have a show tonight?
It's not on television. It's a house show, but they're making they're advertising it like it's this huge deal. They're talking about it on Raw and on SmackDown, setting up angles for it on Raw and on SmackDown. They care a lot about the show for some reason.
Well, we have some comments here. All the money is the Briscoes will continue the Sandy Fork invasion. I'm not sure what that means. It sounds controversial.
So they live in Sandy Fork, Delaware.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Marine, the free pile picker. Bless you, Marine. Thank you for joining the chat. Who will be the booker for Ring of Honor? That's a good question. Cody. I don't know. I want Cody to be a part of it in some way. Joe has a comment here. As great as Cody conspiracy theories are, I don't buy it. Could he turn down the WWE deal and rejoin? Sure, but I don't think it's premeditated. There is no WWE deal yet.
I guess not.
There is no WWE deal.
We're going to find out. It just doesn't make any sense. Cody going to the WWE financially makes all the sense in the world, but like, he must be so difficult to work with. To give him a promo, to tell him how to do something, just seems like a losing effort. So why even go there?
They're going to treat him differently if he goes there. He's not going to be the same. They're not going to treat him like they did before. Brooklyn Bleak says Samoa Joe runs Ring of Honor. Cody comes in later in a lower position, schemes internally to take control. Old versus new Ring of Honor, internal faction warfare. Lull. Wild imagination. Sorry, we're not.
Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party.
We love it.
Hey, Joe, if you don't want to join in.
Joe's invited.
Joe's invited to the party. Joe's
welcome at any gathering, as they say, as Bret Hart said in his Hall of Fame induction speech.
Did he say that about Joe?
In 2006, when he got inducted into the Hall of Fame, he closed his Hall of Fame induction by saying, "My Chinese fortune cookie today, I had Chinese food for lunch, and it said, you're welcome at any gathering. So there you go." That's it.
Oh, yeah. Good job, Brett. Well, moving on. We have to get the next slide there, Tim. This is just some AEW, keeping on the AEW news here. AEW gets their first $1 million gate. First $1 million gate, first day of ticket sales for Double or Nothing. It's going to be in Las Vegas in May. Thinking about going.
Yeah, sure. There's 866 tickets still available.
I don't know. No, I don't. I don't want the rush. It's just exciting. Not super big news. Well, we have comments here. All the money is, wouldn't CM Punk make a significant appearance in Ring of Honor? Oh, yeah. Well, he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, we'll see what that looks like, too.
I'm very curious to see what that looks like. And I would love for Cody to go up, CM Punk to go for his acceptance speech, and then Cody blasts him from behind and takes his Ring of Honor Hall of Fame ring.
You know, he did a thing in whatever. It's too much. We're getting too deep now. He was the first person to have the Ring of Honor ring. He did the ring gimmick in Ring of Honor for years, and he would kiss the ring and he would hit people with it. Like Cody did that in Ring of Honor. So
no, it's good. Connor O'Reilly comes in. He's got Tony pulled the rug out from under WWE by confirming the Ring of Honor deal. Wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happened with Cody actually staying and not heading to the WWE. You're damn right.
Damn right.
That's what we're saying, dog.
He's a sharp guy, that Tony.
Yeah, that Coney O'Reilly, Coney O'Con,
Cody and Tony.
Tony and Connor. Thank you, Connor, for that. Tony, boom! Sorry I'm late. We're not mad at you, Tony.
Tony, come on in.
Chica Marks is like, Tony, we're all excited to have you here, Tony.
Thank you so much. Happy to have you here,
Tony. Let's move on. We have to. This was just a quick aside, but we do have some interesting, really pressing things to talk about. Tam, could you hit the next slide? TK Tony Khan is dodging Chavo Guerrero, and Chavo is pissed. Chavo Guerrero is pissed about it because Chavo Guerrero was a pillar of AEW when he was here. He was one of the pillars of the company. He was one of the 4 or 5 mouthpieces for Andrade, and they really needed him. And he went away to do something for Young Rock. He went away to do I'm not sure what he does for Young Rock. Do you know what he does?
He does like coordinate. He worked on Glow. He works on Young Rock. He does coordination.
I know he does
wrestlers. That's what I thought he was doing.
Well, I knew he does. So I guess that's what he's doing. But he said he was told that when he left, he would be welcome back whenever he's coming back. And then he noticed that he was no longer on the AEW roster page. And so he's just like, well, that's weird. I'm going to tweet about it. So he tweets about it. and then he deletes his tweet and then reaches out to Tony. He's just like, then he just did an interview. He's just like, yeah, I noticed I was on the page and I reached out to Tony and he hasn't really gotten back to me. And I don't respect that. And he doesn't respect that. He doesn't respect that, everyone. And Chavo is super pissed. And you don't want a Guerrero mad at you. What is your take on all this mess?
I don't know. Whatever. I think Chavo Guerrero.
Fuck him.
I've listened to a lot of interviews with Chavo. Like, not a lot, but I've listened to enough of the interviews with modern day Chavo Guerrero that he kind of grosses me out. Like he talks about like going to his son's college and like drinking with his like son and all of his friends and talking about how attractive all the girls are at the college. I'm good. I'm good with Chavo.
You did this?
Yeah, I did on Steve Austin's podcast. And Steve Austin just went, yeah, sure.
Goddamn, you're talking about a lot of kids a lot. Marine the free pile picker. What will happen to Delirious? Who's Delirious?
Delirious he's a Ring of Honor wrestler, but he's an older wrestler. He came up around the same era as Punk and Bryan, and he became their booker. Hunter Johnson is his name. He was their booker. Hey, I will.
Maybe he's a part of the package.
I will give you $50. I won't actually give you $50, but I'm going to hypothetically give you $50 if you can name the name of the horse that Chavo Guerrero is riding in that picture.
Piccolo, I don't know.
That's not too far off.
Petey?
It starts with a P.
Petey?
Close.
Peter?
No, but P-E.
Is it a real name? Is it a human name?
It's a name that you've heard before, I'm sure, but it's not like Peter. It's not
Pepe.
A common name. Pepe. It's Pepe. Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, pretty
that was
good.
3 guesses.
Yeah.
Woo. I knew it was.
Pepe.
I actually did know it was with a P. Because I think we talked about it before.
Probably. Yeah. Stevie Ray put it in a wood chipper.
Oh. Stevie Ray, Jesus. Tony writes, "Hi, Chica Mark. She knows I'm here to roast Red." You wish, dog. Joe writes, Samoa Joe for Ring of Honor management, occasional wrestler would be great. Bring in Cesaro and Daniels as the vets and let them bring up the up and comers. That sounds great.
You also got to get William Regal involved too.
Yeah.
Gotta get Regal involved.
Oh my God, bring William Regal in to just run the fucking show. He did a great job in NXT.
Do the same exact thing where Regal's the commissioner and Samoa Joe's the enforcer that they did in NXT. Like rip that off. Like exactly.
I have a great crackpot theory that we're going to get to in a little bit.
Love it.
All the money says, is Chavo's beef at work? No. No,
it's not.
They're not building a storyline.
Yeah, at next year's Double or Nothing, it's Chavo versus Tony Khan.
Yeah, oh man. I appreciate the idea though, all the buddies. I really do.
For sure.
Mo says Chavo himself is a work. Ooh, come on. Let's not be so. It's not untrue. It's not untrue. Moving on, we got to get out of here. But actually, let us see anything else. Don't come back. Yeah, not responding. Good. Next one. Next one, Tam. Vince McMahon recently appeared on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
Pat McAfee. And he let some in. Here's just a peppering of things that he talked about. He talked about that he is going to induct Undertaker into the Hall of Fame, which is understandable, and that's good. I'm excited for that speech.
Yeah,
I think it's. And it was just a weird interview. I don't know.
He looked a lot better in that interview physically than he ever does on WWE television.
Yeah. So that's pretty funny because like that's a TV show,
right? Exactly.
They can't make him look good. Yeah. But he also mentioned that he's like, I want you to have a match. Give you a match, and Pat, worst actor, was just like, oh yeah. Yeah, I'd love to have a match. Like he wasn't prepped on this immediately beforehand. You know, it was just very uncomfortable to watch. But news is that he's going to be fighting Austin Theory.
Yeah,
it's going to be Austin Theory, and probably Vince will be involved in some capacity.
Yeah.
Maybe take a bump off something like the crash pad bump that he took for Gronk, remember that?
Yeah, I saw that. That's maybe my favorite Vince McMahon clip of all time.
He's just like,
jump on here.
A lot of fun.
There's so many funny little moments in that interview. I didn't see the end of it when he gets asked to do a match, but the part where he talks about like releasing wrestlers, did you see that part?
No.
Where he talks about, he's like, when you're a privately traded company, you're not public, you make a lot of decisions with your heart, you're going to fire somebody, but they've got a family or their mother has cancer or something like that. So maybe you don't fire them. But then once the company goes public, well, then you're not thinking with your heart anymore, just your head, because you've got investors. So like, it doesn't matter. You could just fire them and it's fine. It's like,
it's just honestly not a great look for Vince. It was a weird thing. It was a weird interview, honestly. Like, I liked his interview with Stone Cold. Vince with Stone Cold was pretty entertaining a while back on the Stone Cold Broken Skull sessions.
My favorite part was when like Austin was like, I think we're wrapping up. And Vince is like, well, it's my network, so we're going to keep going. And they just kept going.
The Stone Cold's just like, we are dying. We need to get this done. We have some comments here. Tony, Ring of Honor 2.0. Yeah, bring 2.0 there. Let them run the show. Tony said, I called it. Vinnie Mac was going to induct Undertaker. You did call it, Tony.
Hey, Tony, great job.
Good job, Tony.
We give people their flowers here on this show.
We do.
You call it.
One day you'll be a certified hustler. But not today. Certified Hustler gets the real scoops. Brooklyn Bleak says, LOL, bless you. All the Money says, what's up with Austin Theory? He came out of nowhere for me. I guess he was an NXT guy that they brought up.
He was Evolve and then went Evolve to NXT, but like wasn't really in NXT very long, just went right to the main roster. If you watch, Vice did a different pro wrestling documentary series a few years ago. And it was hosted by a guy named Damian Abraham. And he did one on the indies. And it's super, super interesting to watch because it came out in 2018, but they shot it in like 2015. So they focus on Austin Theory, they focus on Darby Allin and Ethan Page. And both Darby and Ethan Page are like, I'm never going to be on national television. Ethan Page is like, I'm washed up. I know it. I'm just here to get young guys over. I'm never going to have a break. I'm never going to be on TV. So to see him on TV is crazy. And Darby is like in Evolve at the time, feuding with Ethan Page. And then you see Austin Theory, who's like 16 or 17 at the time, like eating fish and being like, I'm going to be a wrestler. And look at him now.
I check that out. That's a Vice thing?
I think it's called The Wrestlers on Vice.
Interesting. Let's check that out. Mose writes, Vince has become such a mush mouth in his age. I still think what he has done for the sport is legendary, but I just have a hard time watching him now. Yeah. Everyone has their day in the sun, and Vince is in the shadows.
Well, I think Vince spent a little too much time in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Brian's a little fried.
Oh, yeah. Really sticking it to Vince. Brooklyn Bleak, I love how Vince called released wrestlers dead weight, but wishes them all the best in their future endeavors. Yeah, that's real cute. Like, I love their insider dialogue with each other. Yeah. Tony, I saw that documentary, Roy. It was good. We should check it out.
There's 5 or 6 episodes. They're all pretty interesting.
Yeah, let's all check it out. And report back. Moving on, we got to get out of here because we have some some interesting stuff. Next slide there, Tim. The WWE Network shuts down in Russia.
Hey, vamp for me.
Well, I'll just talk about this. The WWE Network has shut down in Russia, presumably because of the war. I'm assuming because of the war. And they ended their partnership with some Russian affiliates. Good. That's good. Yeah, that's probably a good thing to do. I'm glad that they're doing it. It's a sad Nikolai. He's really upset because he loves his WWE Network and he can't get it right now. This is a good thing, right?
Surprisingly good, this is a PR move.
Even though they won't shut down in other countries that are causing war, that we're not talking about, no one's talking about. But this one's the popular one against white people, so we're gonna stop Russia from watching W Network. Brooklyn Bleak says also every released wrestler was better before and after WWE got a hold of them. So much hate, Bearcat. Not true. I refuse to believe that, Brooklyn Bleak.
Wait, hold on a second. So much hate? That's with SMH?
Yeah.
I thought it was shaking my head. Bearcat.
That's
and then
really funny.
SMDH
I actually prefer that.
is shaking my damn head. That's when things are so really out of control.
So much damn hate.
I always thought I was shaking my damn head.
Let us know which one it is. Let us know which one it is. I'm honestly curious now. But I do think that when WWE gets people, maybe they don't make them better characters, but they make them better wrestlers.
Triple H makes them better. Period.
I think the lessons you learn in WWE system are good lessons to keep you safer, keep your opponents safer, and work smarter. And I do think that, like in WWE, it's harder to have those matches because there's so much control. But when they allow them to have those matches, when you give these people the time, they have the best matches on the planet.
You are. I'm sorry. You can't tell me. Well, I guess you know what? We don't know.
When
like
given
if you give AJ Styles and Ricochet 25, let's say 17 minutes in WWE, would they have a match as good as they had if they had 17 minutes in another promotion where they wouldn't have any handcuffs and they could do whatever?
Well, then now if they go to another promotion, I think Ricochet is a better wrestler now. He can be, but if he were to leave, he would be a better wrestler because he learned some things that will make him a better wrestler moving on. Every company you step into, you learn a little bit, you get a little bit different. I think WWE has a polish that people have benefited from.
This is going to sound like I don't mean this, but I do. It makes them better entertainers. Maybe not better professional wrestlers, but Bryan Danielson isn't a better professional wrestler for being in the WWE, but he is a more complete package. He is more of an entertainer to couple with his excellent professional wrestling skills.
Which one?
Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, Bryan Danielson is better for having been in WWE.
Yeah, most people are. And I think if you hear interviews with people who've been released, they'll all say the same, that they are better off for it, sort of.
Thank you. This is a Team Red moment.
It's tricky.
Everyone's Team Red
It's
today.
tricky. It's a trepidatious win.
Woo! Brooklyn Bleak says, shake my head. I never thought that. I never thought that in my life. I thought it was so much hate. Cheek Mark says, I also thought shake, but I'm old and often behind on those things. Damn. Brooklyn Bleak says, name recognition and less is more, I guess. Yeah. Less is more is an important lesson I think that people should learn.
Yeah, I suppose. And I think Ricochet is a good example of someone who's probably learned that lesson because he used to do the mostest of the most.
And I there's nothing wrong with doing the mostest of the most, but like WWE realize, it helps you realize, I could build to the most. I could get to the most. But like if I give them the most immediately, where do I go from there?
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair. I think AEW is proving that you can keep going because, Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega wrestled for an hour and did everything, but yet still found a way to do more the second time they wrestled and had a better match the second time they wrestled. But that's an exception to the rule, I would say.
But it's because Bryan Danielson was in that match, and Bryan Danielson understands how to build things. He's a genius.
This is another example of something where I think we could talk about it for a long time. All I'm going to say, this is my only thing that makes me feel like that. Here's the only thing. AJ Styles, I'm going back to AJ Styles because he's the best wrestler in the WWE right now, in my opinion. He always will be as long as.
And he's a better wrestler for being in WWE.
However, he wrestled when he was champion in 2018. He had a feud with Shinsuke Nakamura and then a feud with Samoa Joe. I've seen him wrestle Samoa Joe in Impact. I've seen him wrestle Shinsuke Nakamura in New Japan. All of the matches he had with these guys outside of this company were leagues better. And you're not going to tell me that it's because of their age. You just can't give me that. It's because they had shackles put on them. They had limitations forced upon them. And it caused them to not have as good a match as they could have had in another place where
I'm not denying, like when you have the shot, like they pull you back. Wonder what WWE does? They force a frame on you. They give you a frame and they're like, paint in this picture. And I love that because it makes you a better wrestler. If you have no frame, you're doing whatever you want. You don't know how to work around things. You don't learn how to make the most out of a situation. You don't know how to make 5 minutes as important as they can be. In any other promotion where you're just allowed to take your time, do whatever. 5 minutes in WWE, like where you have to make your point in there, it really is a very special thing. Very special thing. We have some comments. Joe writes, thanks for finally admitting it, Roy. WWE adds so much needed polish to many wrestlers, makes them into great all-round performers. Yeah, I'm glad that we're on Team Joe. Team Joe!
Smell that? Yeah. Smell that home cooking?
I smell what The Rock is cooking. I agree. All the monies. Prince Puma took more risks than WWE Ricochet. Yeah, risks doesn't mean a better match.
Okay. Hey, congratulations to Ricochet, new Intercontinental Champion. Won it last night.
Good
and
job.
I hear it was a good match. I haven't seen it, but I hear it was a good match.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sami Zayn and Ricochet in the ring.
That's awesome. Actually, I did not know that he won the match.
And it's set up to make it official at WrestleMania. Johnny Knoxville versus Sami Zayn. Can't wait. Best match on the card.
Actually, I'm pretty excited for that. I can't wait to see what happens. I hope all the Jackass people come out.
Me too.
Okay, next up, could you go to the next slide there, Tam? Okay, it's official. I think Kane and Nia Jax should get married.
Kane and Nia Jax?
Kane and Nia Jax. They both said some stupid-ass shit this week. And I'm going to read it verbatim. First, Kane, Glenn Jacobs, mayor of Knox County in Tennessee. If you on the left, this is a tweet. If you on the left are shocked by Putin's aggression, wake up, sunshine. You're stealing that from William Regal. That's William Regal's line.
That's true.
Wake up, sunshine. Historically, in the real world, might makes right. Weakness, which is really what the left is all about, is not a virtue. It's a fatal character flaw. And no, the U.S. should still not get involved. And you got a lot of flack for that. Weird kind of like justification of just being like might makes right. And just using this weird attack on the left, to it was just very weird. He also wrote, I highly doubt Putin cares a whit about toxic masculinity, the cancel culture, Matawa, or any of the other things the radical left stands for. I'm sorry, but whose side are you on, Kate? Weren't the Republicans super against Russia, like communism?
I also didn't think he was Republican. I thought he was what is he?
Libertarian.
Libertarian.
He is a libertarian, but he's I think he has higher goals than just being the mayor of Knoxville. And I think he's gotten the taste of power and he wants more. So he's going to become more of a Republican.
What's Nia Jax's excuse?
Now, Nia Jax, let's go to Nia Jax. Nia Jax tweeted, all these motherfuckers saying I stand with Ukraine couldn't even stand for their own personal rights for 2 years because they were scared to breathe. Christ's sakes.
Nia,
oh my God.
What are you doing?
What are you doing, Nia?
Just shut up.
Honestly, Nia seems like she's a fun person to talk to after the Renee. Like I would have a blast hanging out with her. Yeah. But Jesus Christ.
Shut the fuck up.
Did you see the poster I put?
Yeah, it's really funny. That's really funny.
We got Joe writes, if Kane and Nia's marriage gets married, is Jericho the crazy uncle? No, Jericho is presiding over the wedding.
Yeah.
He is the officiant. Yeah. Tony, Twitter is evil. True.
Yes. I mean, we all talk and loved Hangman's response to Kane's tweet. It was really fantastic.
Yeah, he sent some posts about like where to donate for like kids in Ukraine and in that area, and then he put Kane's craziest chair shots to the head.
Yeah, Kane got blasted more than once.
Really good.
And then did you see Xbox though? I really enjoyed Xbox too.
What was Xbox?
Because Xbox, smart guy. He knows that he's not the most articulate cat in the world, so he's not going to try to like mix words. He just sent a GIF of Xbox the character shooting a fireball in Kane's face.
I thought, honestly, I would love to just watch him steal Kane's girl. Tori. He stole Tori.
Tori, yeah, classic.
Brooklyn Bleak, Woof, Tamina and Nia Jax. What a team. Get the stretchers ready on standby.
I got that right. Yeah. Tamina is like somehow still making it happen after all these years of mediocre to bad working.
She seems very nice.
She seems like, and Jimmy Snuka was her dad, and that's a problem for her. So she's had to deal with that.
Yeah, let's all give support to Tamina. We don't want to see her wrestle, but we want her to have all the fun in her life that she can. Bless her heart.
Yeah.
Moving on, next slide there, Tam. Sad stuff. Scott Hall is been hospitalized.
What?
Scott Hall's been hospitalized. He had a fall, and he broke his hip.
What?
Broke his hip. He's 63 years old. He broke his hip.
Oh my God.
He broke his hip, and we found out from Jerry Jarrett. Apparently, they're good buds. He's like, yeah, he had a fall, broke his hip, and he's hospitalized. We wish old Scott Hall the best, right, Roy?
100%, absolutely. Oh, that's a good, respectful picture of Scott Hall.
When people are in pain, I don't want to.
Yeah. Because you could have definitely found a couple.
I've only put respectful photos of Tammy Cinch. Like I've never. Whenever I talk about Tammy Cinch, because you can't. Don't kick people when they're down.
Is she in your news? Because didn't she get arrested?
She honestly, she's been in my news every week, and I've just decided not to put it in there because bless her heart, I don't want to see. I don't want to see her in pain. I don't want to see people in pain.
Yeah, right. She's done a lot for the business of professional wrestling.
What's your favorite Scott Hall memory?
Oh wow, there's actually just so many. I started watching wrestling when I was 8 years old in 1998, and I was the first Nitro I ever really watched, and I feel like I've talked about this before, is when Goldberg won the title, and he had to get through Scott Hall to get to Hogan that night. And that was my first memory of Scott Hall, is that match. And then also the Montreal Screwjob episode of Dark Side of the Ring. I also love in the ending credits when he's watching the match happen and he watches the finish and he goes, see, it's all a work. I love that. He thinks the Montreal Screwjob was a work. He doesn't think it was real.
That's very funny.
I love that he's like, there's no way. It's that camera, that monitor that Brett's crushing, that's a $2,000 monitor. You think Vince is okay with that? You guys gonna let that happen? It's a work. I love it.
That's interesting. The reasons why, I think that, I don't know. Either way, very interesting. My favorite Scott Hall memory. I just love when he gets hit in the head with a soda, and he just like smooths his hair back. He just doesn't faze him. Like he's in the crowd, and the crowd's going nuts. Someone throws a full drink at him, splashes against his head, gets completely wet, and he just uses it to slick back his hair.
Doesn't even blink.
It's blink.
Incredible.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Amazing. I was gonna put that as the thing, but I decided to go for this.
Yeah.
All the monies. Hey, yo, prayers for the bad guy. Prayers for the bad guy. Thoughts from Mo's, the bad guy with the bad break. Mo's,
also true.
It is a bad break. Hips are hard. Let's go to the next slide here. Next slide, Tam. Another WWE departure has happened, and it sparks rumors about Triple H's status in the company.
Yeah.
Lisette Pineda, manager of global talent and strategy, pretty much Triple H's top executive assistant, has been let go. And Triple H has no friends in WWE anymore. Has no friends, and leads me to a crackpot theory.
Bring it.
Okay. I'm not going to say that, he's on the outs with the family. He's married to Stephanie. But in Vince McMahon's interview, he's just like, I expect more. Like, there's this weird part where he's like, I expect more from my family. And I almost see Triple H's cardiac event this past summer and not being a part of the work. And like Vince is like, I would have worked through it. I would still be working. I'm not asking you to wrestle. Just do the paperwork.
This is after NXT failed in Vince's eyes.
In his eyes. So as soon as he's gone, they change everything. They take away all of his friends, all of his support, everyone that he picked to be a part of his team, took his baby and flipped it around, changed it to what they wanted. Where does Triple H belong in this company? Where does he go? What does he do? He has been out for so long. Did Bruce Pritchard take over? Is this Bruce Pritchard's show now?
Yeah, it is. It is. I think, let's say Vince retires tomorrow. He's never going. I think that. He's not
going to retire. He's going to die.
One thing has been made abundantly clear from that Pat McAfee interview. He's not going anywhere, and he's going to work until his last breath. And even if he sells the company, I still don't think he's going anywhere. But I think Triple H is never going to ever have any kind of power in that company. I think it's going to go to Pritchard. And if it doesn't go to Pritchard, it goes to Heyman. There's no one else.
Does Triple H go to Ring of Honor? Does Triple H go to Ring of Honor?
I think Triple H, I still believe that Triple H will either buy the NWA or form his own company. I still believe that. I think that could happen. And I think he gets a deal with ESPN and he runs hourly shows.
How do you, I don't know. How do you, like, I love to talk about this and have fun with this, but like Cody, I could get into some of these, but like Triple H, you're a millionaire because of WWE. You have stock and ownership of WWE. How do you relinquish that? It's $1 billion company. You could be a billionaire.
It's his stock, though. It's his stock.
But like once you're out of the, like you're not getting more.
You still keep it. You're not getting more, but it's still yours. And maybe he sticks around long enough for the company to sell. And then once the company sells, he really cashes out. And he can do whatever he wants. He'll be a billionaire. You don't think he's already a billionaire technically with Stephanie also, with their combined incomes and their assets and everything that they have? She's a McMahon, an actual McMahon.
Not like his fake McMahon ass. Joe writes, prayers for Triple H. Haven't seen him since the reports about his heart. Hope he's okay. Despite all the backstage politics, he's one of the greats and clearly loves the business. He does. And it's true when you watch NXT. Connor O'Reilly, Ring of HHH. I like that. Joe writes, I always want Triple H to take over one day. Sad that doesn't look like it will happen. Rumor it goes to Nick Khan. That's probably the one.
Yeah, but Nick Khan's not booking.
Nick Khan will choose who books.
Yeah, and it's going to be Bruce.
Maybe. If Nick Khan likes Bruce, which I'm pretty sure no one does. I'm pretty sure Vince likes Bruce and Conrad Thompson. Joe writes, Vince loves him and he made them billions. It's very interesting, the Nick Khan thing. Mo's TK hires Triple H to run Ring of Honor. I don't know. Him and Shane working together again, just like living in an apartment in Jacksonville, just like trying to make ends meet.
There's just no way that, well, who knows? I don't want Triple H. Well, I just have such conflicting feelings about Triple H and what his intentions are and if he's a good person or not. I just have no idea. I just think he's kind of a bully, just like Sean is, just like Road Dogg is, just like Nash and Hall are, except Nash and Hall care more about money than they do. Nash and Hall will bully anyone until Nash would bully someone until he realizes that like they know how to make money and they know how to like outsmart a promoter, and then he's their best friend. Doesn't matter what they look like, what their size is. He's like, you care about money? That's all I care about. And that's it.
Yeah, he's friends with some weird people.
Alex Shelley.
Oh,
do you see this Twitter exchange? Or no, there's an Instagram exchange that the Young Bucks and Kevin Nash had.
No.
The Young Bucks posted a picture out in front of the WWE like headquarters.
Oh, I saw that, yeah.
And then Nash posted, he was like, everybody wants to play for the Yankees. And Nick Jackson, because Nick Jackson's the funny one, he responds and he says, not if the Boston Red Sox pay you just as much money and you work half the dates. And Kevin Nash said, I taught you well, Grasshopper. Really good.
Ooh, love that. Brooklyn Bleak flipped NXT, but it got worse ratings and storylines wise. But God bless Nikita Lyons. True that. Nikita Lyons is a lion in this industry. We need more Nikita Lyons. Bless her. There's some funny TikToks. There's a few more that I found that I have to send you, Roy. I'll post them. All the money's right. The company is going to Shane and Stephanie. Triple H does what's best for business. It's not going to Shane, all the monies. I don't even think
it'll go to Stephanie, though.
It's going to Stephanie. Joe writes, Triple H loved NXT and really cared about the talent. Lots of reports from workers there. Yeah. Sad. Yeah. Sad. Hashtag sad. Yeah. Poor Triple H. Let's move on. We got our last story of the day, but we do not have a picture for it because fuck them. We don't have a Control Your Narrative as a TV deal, as we reported maybe a week or two ago, and it's with the Elite Pro Wrestling TV. With the Elite, their TV deal.
Does anybody know
anything
about? Does anyone know anything about Pro Wrestling TV? Like what?
Oh, it hasn't launched yet. It's soon to be launched. Which is very exciting. So we're Control Your Narrative. It's EC3 and Braun Strowman having some fun. Braun Strowman goes by Titan now, by the way.
Oh, Titan.
Very excited about that. Do we care?
No, I don't know.
No, I think it's a good answer.
I care, like, in the sense of, like, I got to find out what this is all about.
And once I find out what this is all about, I'm never going to watch it again. But I got to kind of know.
Unless they blow our minds. Maybe they'll do it. Maybe they found the secret recipe that really changes everything. But I know the secret recipe that'll change everything for us. Smash the like button.
Smash that like button.
Give us some of those smashes. We need every single smash we can get. Every single one watching should smash. We appreciate the smashes. If you haven't smashed, smash. Go on a different account, smash again. Brooklyn Bleak, a TV deal already? Wow. Let's not call, like, they're saying TV deal, but like that's like us saying we have a TV deal with YouTube. Like it's the same thing.
I think the issue is this pro wrestling TV thing. I feel like if I Google, which I just did, I just Googled pro wrestling TV, I would think that something would come up about like what it is and what it's nothing. Just this control your narrative stuff. That's the only thing.
This is the Loserly's Wrestling Network. And we have a new team. We have a whole platform launch. I don't know. We got some comments here. All the money says Titan. Very good. Joe writes, it's probably one of those random garbage channels on Roku. Not a real network. It is not. It is not a real network. And calling a TV deal is very sweet. Brooklyn Bleak says Titan, trying to resurrect American Gladiators with that name. That's actually pretty sure. There wasn't there a Titan on American Gladiators?
I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure there was. I'm sure.
But that's the end of the news. That's the end of the news. That's all the news I've got. We're not done yet.
We're not done just yet.
We're not done just yet.
We're not done just yet because, like we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're gonna forego all of our silly little things that we normally do here and get down to some brass tacks, get down to some serious business. The AEW Revolution predictions.
Hit that slide when you can, Tam.
I made a really funny graphic for it, but it might get cut off, which is okay if it does. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun for a lot of reasons. Man, you watched it, and we actually didn't talk about. This is like the only segment I think that we didn't talk about, but this is a 5-hour pay-per-view. Normally, the buy-in, the pre-shows are like, whatever. But the pre-show for this is sick.
Yeah.
It's
Let's
great.
go over it.
Let's start there. I'm gonna get out my notebook here and make sure that I keep track of what your predictions are. I thought last time we did this, we did who we thought would win who you thought and who I thought, and then the loser had to wear a t-shirt or something.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
This time, I think we should do who we want to win versus who's probably gonna win.
Sure.
And let's start with the first buy-in match, which is Layla Hirsch versus the alien, Chris Statlander.
Who should... I see longer plans with Chris Statlander.
Okay.
I think it would be smart to have her go over. I don't think I love Layla Hirsch.
Who do you want to win?
I want Layla Hirsch to win. I want Layla Hirsch to win because honestly, I'm booing Chris Statlander every single time she's on her TV where she's just talking about an orphan and making fun of her for being an orphan. It's pretty heavy. What is your take? Who do you want to win, and who do you think will win?
I also want Layla to win. I do think Chris Stat is going to win and turn heel. So there's Team LLW and then there's Team Reality. That's how I'm doing this.
Oh no, we should be going head to head. I want to.
All right.
I want to see. And then whoever wins gets it. It's going to be called Roy's predictions next time, or Red's. Like whoever gets it gets to have the what is it called? The segment called after.
Yeah. And there's 12 matches, so hopefully we have enough to disagree on. So I'm going to go Chris Stat on that first one. And then we have this one we're going to agree on. It's Hook versus QT Marshall. I mean,
it's Hook all around.
Yeah,
you just need to see Hook. But
no, it's Hook.
But I don't know.
You want to go QT?
I don't want this program to continue.
But that's a good opponent for him.
It's a good first opponent. It's a good first.
Yeah. And then we have do you see that? See how funny that graphic
I love
is?
It's really
so silly.
It's very silly.
It's so silly. I'm just proud of myself for that. And then we got our last pre-show match, which was announced last night.
I think
pretty crazy.
We should get a picture of you. There's one I know of you just doing like this.
Yeah.
like on the other side, and like you're listening.
That's
like,
a good idea. This was supposed to be your segment. But hey, we're in this together. House of Black versus Death Triangle and Eric Redbeard.
Eric Redbeard.
Eric Redbeard, at first you think it's weird, and then you think about it. He's a great opponent for Brody Lee. I mean, not Brody Lee, for Brody King. It's great.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good name. I don't know. I just feel like this is weird. Like, honestly, that thing that happened on Rampage, Alex should not be talking.
You don't think why? Why do you think that?
He sounds like a weenie, and him in that dark, and that that brooding does not work. He does not sound menacing. He sounds like a weenie. He sounds like a lawyer.
Really, Penta should just be speaking Spanish.
Yeah,
and then let Pac finish it.
He's a bad mouthpiece for Penta. Like, I never thought he was a good one, unless he's heel. Then it makes sense when he's like, Penta says, like, that makes sense. But him as a face sucks. Butt.
I agree with that. So who are you taking?
I think the House of Black has to win.
Interesting.
It should win. I think that, and I think that Redbeard should take the loss.
Yeah, it's really funny. This is the problem with us doing these head-to-head predictions, because we generally agree. So I generally agree,
but when we have one that we disagree, it'll be vicious.
Yeah.
It'll be vicious. We have some comments here. Connor O'Reilly, sorry, random theory here. We want it. Could we see an authority enforcer figure show up on AEW? Their security keeps getting beaten up each week. Tony might need someone to control the chaos. Probably silly, but just something I can't help but notice. I think we already have.
It's really interesting call, though.
No, but you already have the person. They need to hire. Tony Khan needs to hire someone. And how do you hire someone and make sure it's not traceable? With crypto. And you hire Butcher. Just Butcher. Butcher should be the 911 of AEW. He just comes out to protect Tony. Just about to protect Tony, gives choke slams, takes crypto, and him and Blade just count their crypto in the back. And they have physical copy paper crypto printed out because they want to play with it.
Yeah.
They have physical receipts. I think that would be, but the great call, Connor. I think that's a really good. Joe writes, Redbeard is a horrible name. Great guy, horrible name. Eric Redbeard is dumb.
Yeah, he looked good last night, though.
Oh, he looks great. Honestly, I like him. I think, but I don't see him staying with the company. I don't think he's all elite.
He's not. I think this is a good little spot for him, though.
Yeah, and All the Money says, I agree. Just let Pac and Penta talk. Yeah, let Pac be the mouthpiece. Yeah, Pac is great. He's spooky too.
Give me 17 minutes of Buddy Murphy or Buddy Matthews versus Penta. That I want to see.
Who do you think's winning? Who do you think's going over?
I also think House of Black. Same thing. Redbeard takes the pin.
Yep. Yeah. Brooklyn Bleaks, wasn't Redbeard a pirate or some historical figure? Eric Redbeard.
No, Redbeard was a pirate, right?
Blackbeard was.
Blackbeard was a pirate, not Redbeard. Blackbeard.
Redbeard might be. Who knows?
Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. But maybe it's Blackbeard. I also
let us know, Brooklyn Bleak. If you do any research on that, let us know.
Yeah. And now we're going to jump to the main show.
Yeah.
To get us started, how about Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti? This is slam dunk. This is
Jade Cargill.
Yeah, Jade all the way.
10 days a week.
10 days a week, 24/8.
And I do not think Ty should win it. So I'm Jade both times, right?
Yeah, big time. Absolutely. 100%. Then we've got the AHFO, which I can't say. Andrade, Matt Hardy, Isaiah Cassidy versus Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, and Sting.
If Sammy Guevara, Sting, and Darby don't win, there's a serious problem at AEW that we needed to address. Why would they have the AHFO win anything? God, I hate that team name. Hate that team.
Here's the thing. This could go one of two ways in my head. They win, but Matt Hardy storms off. He walks away mid-match. Not storms off, just walks away because he's erratic. Same thing that Jeff Hardy did on that house show in a 6-man tag match. He walked away. But there is a part of me that believes, and then it's 3-on-2, and then Isaiah Cassidy eats the pin. There's a part of me that thinks, like, what if Andrade pins Darby? Like something like that happens where Andrade gets the pin back and he pins Darby or Sammy. But yeah, ultimately
it's pin Sting.
Darby, Sammy, and Sting take the win here.
All the Money's writes Blackbeard, Bluebeard, Magenta Beard, Treebeard. That's my favorite in the Lord of the Rings. He's the Ent. Hobbits? Seems like orc tricks to me.
It's a good one.
Thanks.
Good. Then we've got triple threat tag team match for the titles. We've got Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks.
I want Red Dragon to win.
Oh, damn, I thought we were going to finally disagree on something. But yeah, I also agree that Red Dragon takes this.
Who do I think is going to win?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Jurassic Express is going to win.
And I think Express is going to win. You think so?
I want Red Dragon.
Who's your pick here? Who's your pick?
To win? My pick to win is Jurassic Express.
Jurassic Express.
I want Red Dragon to win.
All right. My pick to win is Red Dragon. So that's one that we disagree on. And we disagree. So far we've disagreed on 2 matches. The next after that, we have Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson. And this is a tough one too.
This is a hard one. Man, this is a hard one. I have to go with the fact that I think Bryan could take the loss. This is Jon Moxley's first time back in a program. You can't have Moxley lose this. I have to go Mox.
Yeah. I also went Moxley as well. I think Moxley wins. Moxley.
Did you pick? So you're picking Red Dragon. So the only difference so far is Red Dragon.
And I picked Chris Statlander, and you picked Layla Hirsch.
I didn't pick Layla Hirsch.
I thought you. Who's your pick for that match? It's Statlander?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm going to go Layla Hirsch. Because that's a toss-up for me. I don't know. I don't have strong feelings either way about that one. But for this one, Moxley wins, extends his hand. He wants to start the partnership. Claudio comes out, beats up Moxley. It's Claudio and Bryan. That's what I think happens.
I would so love that. I think there was O'Connor O'Reilly says, I think there was a famous Viking named Eric the Red. Yeah, I think there was. I didn't even discover America, or was that Leif Erikson? One of the two. Or Discover America. They just stumbled upon it. All the Money's Undisputed Era is coming to AEW. It's already here, and they've been pooping.
You see that? I think AEW posted something on YouTube, a clip of them beating up Hangman from Wednesday, and they happened to title it the Undisputed Originals.
Interesting.
That might be their name, which is terrible.
I hate that.
Too many syllables.
Chica Marks writes draw for I'm guessing the Moxley Bryan.
Oh, that's an interesting Chica. I'm adding just that as an asterisk that you said it's going to be a draw.
They've been doing a lot of draws recently. I don't know if maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about a draw, but maybe. Oh, John Buseman's in the chat. John. Yes. Mox versus Danielson. Who wins? The fans.
Oh, John, you sweetie.
That's adorable. Thank you, John, so much. Brooklyn Bleak. Yeah, Barbarossa, which means Redbeard in Italian, was the last name of Pirate Brothers. Okay. Hell yeah, Brooklyn Bleak.
We're learning
Jesus
some stuff
Christ,
today.
we're doing some next level predictions.
Yeah.
Joe writes, Mox loses, says he's rusty and needs Bryan's help. They team and kill the younger roster together. Oh, that's also not a bad idea.
That's also not a bad idea at all.
But I do like the idea of Mox winning this one personally. So you think Mox as well?
I think it tells a better story if Mox wins this, and Bryan being like in the loss column, he can't handle that. Then we've got this other one that's also really interesting. Look, we give him a lot of shit on this show, but Chris Jericho looks great right now. Physically looks great. Transformation, physical transformation.
Oh, well, everyone could look great if you have ab implants.
No, get out of here.
I
think he almost
I read
died.
something online about it.
Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston.
Another hard one.
Yeah.
I have to. Eddie has to win this.
Yeah.
Eddie has to win this. Unless they're doing a longer program. But even so, it's just like Eddie has to win this.
Yeah. Do Santana and Ortiz get involved?
Yeah.
Whose side are they on? Do you think it's a swerve?
I think they have to be on Eddie's side. They're on Eddie's side.
You think Jericho? You think they come down? Jericho thinks like, oh, they're in my corner. They help Eddie win, and they turn against Jericho. But the crowd cheers, and Jericho's a heel. That's what I want.
I have no idea what they're doing with the Proud and Powerful, but I do think that Eddie needs the win. He hasn't won anything ever.
Yeah, right. And now's the time to beat someone like Jericho.
Now's the time. He has to win.
Now's the time.
Yeah.
Now's the time for sure.
What we got here? John Busman says, "I'd love for a stable of violence that fights each other regularly, but doesn't mean they're breaking up. That's what I want Team Taz to be.
Really,
and they all fight over their title that's in their group, where Ricky and Hook, they get more people. I think that would be pretty cool. Brooklyn Bleak, killing the younger roster, making them better would be thumbs up. I agree. Killing the younger roster would be a lot of fun. Chica Marks, it's pretty easy to liposuction ab blinds. Interesting.
Chica
Very
Marks.
interesting take, Chica Marks. I think that we have actually a very clear. He's not in better shape. He just cleverly liposuctioned his body. I don't know. He lost a lot of weight real fast.
I think he's in better shape. I think he downplayed what happened to him in London when he passed out and was in the hospital. I think he had a scary moment there and started taking his life a lot more seriously after that.
But he also downplayed the insurrection, so
yeah, that's fair point. Fair point. All right, well now we've got this Face of the Revolution ladder match: Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, Christian Cage. Who takes it?
Face of the Revolution. I think it's going to be Wardlow.
Yeah. Yep. I keep hoping that you're going to go against, but AEW Telegraph.
Well, what I want is not. I don't want Wardlow.
Neither of us want Wardlow.
We don't want Wardlow. Is not ready for anything that he's been given so far. I think who I'd want to win out of that group, Ricky Starks.
You know what? I'm going to lose this one, and I know it, but I can't. I can't go against Ricky Starks. I'm going Ricky Starks.
Okay, I'll go Wardlow and get the easy win here.
Yeah. Maybe they'll swerve us. That's all I'm saying. Maybe they'll swerve us.
Connor O'Reilly, Red Beard, Red Dragon, Red Jefferson, conspiracy? I think not. That's actually a very good point. I never thought of myself as my own conspiracy. I never thought of myself as actually being a psyop. But that's very interesting. Good point. Thank you so much, Connor O'Reilly. All the money says Chicago's blue sky. Damn right, it's got a blue sky.
I'm also I'm just pointing out I got a little update here that this WWE MSG show that's tonight, while there is nothing confirmed here, there's a lot of cameras backstage, and it still says that Brock Lesnar's opponent is to be announced. Internally it says to be announced.
I think that would be the stupidest thing they could do, is bring Cody in to have a match with Brock Lesnar and then have a schmozz finish. What's you're building up the show to have a schmozz finish?
Let me just throw this out there real quick, and then we'll get back to this. If Cody debuts tonight, Cody beats Brock Lesnar. I know that sounds crazy, and they've already advertised this title unification match, but Vince has also said that in the current climate, you can't only have one champion. There needs to be two champions. So Roman could screw Brock, and Cody could be the new champion. That could happen tonight. I could. Just say.
This is all weird.
This is all really weird.
Brooklyn Bleak, he would be vain enough to do that, lol. Me?
He would. No, I think Jericho.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the conspiracy. Joe writes, Danhausen as surprise add-on, wins match and title, gets all the monies. Joe, that's very sweet. Joe, but they'll probably just put him on the YouTube show. Sad face.
He's making an appearance in that match. There's no doubt about it to me. He's making an appearance in that match.
He's going to come out of the briefcase or whatever. All the monies. Blue Sky has arrived at AEW. The wrestler from Chicago just lost to Red this week when Legit Layla interrupted.
Sky Blue.
Blue Sky.
Sky Blue. I mean, her name's Sky Blue.
Not according to all the monies. It's Chicago's
all
Blue Sky.
The money.
So maybe you should research, Roy, before you start saying Sky Blue.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I thought it was Sky Blue.
Thank you. Very interesting. Thank you so much, all the monies.
All right.
And what else we got?
We got for the AEW Women's Championship, Dr. Britt Baker versus Thunder Rosa.
Britt.
I'm going to go Rosa, actually. I've been thinking more and more about this. Maybe they're doing some long-term storytelling. Yeah,
but it's just man, if they give her the title this way, it just feels like they didn't build this up enough at all. They should have. This could have been special for her, and it's just
they don't see it that way. They think they have.
They don't see nothing that way. They think
they have.
They
don't see nothing.
No, they fucking lost it. Yeah, but I do think Britt's gonna win this. I don't think.
Yeah. So this is another interesting one here, because we got maybe the match that has told the best story in the history of AEW? What do you got?
No, All the Money says Sky Blue. Oh, well. We spoke to.
Hey, you never know. Maybe she changed it.
I was quick to believe you, All the Monies. I was quick to believe you.
In Japan, they reversed the two. Maybe they were doing that here. CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match.
MJF.
I'm gonna go Punk, and that's legit. I really am gonna go Punk.
I think MJF is gonna win.
I don't think MJF loses anything by losing here, and I think maybe Punk does. Maybe.
Well, that's a good point. But that's a good point.
You already said it. It's done. It's MJF.
Shit. You changed to Layla Hirsch.
I can change it if you want.
Do I sound weird? Do I sound weird?
Your mic just changed a little bit. Yeah.
How weird?
Not that weird. You sound okay.
Do I sound a little weird or a lot?
You sound better. I mean, you sound like you're speaking into a microphone when you're there.
All right, I'll be over here for the rest.
No, don't be over. It's too intimate. Okay. I'm uncomfortable.
Okay. No, I think it's back.
And then in our main event, Hangman Page versus Adam Cole.
Hangman Page.
Yeah. I mean, that one's pretty much a slam dunk.
That's a slam dunk.
Yeah. So we have disagreed on 5 matches.
Okay.
So there will be a winner.
There will be a winner. And that's what we want. We need a clear, decisive winner. Joe writes, at All Out, Danhausen wrestles Tony Khan, wins Ring of Honor, and again gets all the monies. Book it, TK. That sounds adorable, Joe. That's very sweet. I appreciate your love, and you just want Danhausen off all the monies, which is very sweet.
Yeah. I will say, though, if Moxley and Danielson goes to a draw, we both forfeit, and Chico Marks wins. Because that's...
If there's a draw, Chico Marks wins, and I think we could all agree with that. Yeah. Conor O'Reilly theory: Punk never wins the AEW title, but retires as Ring of Honor champ. That'd be kind of sweet. Move him over there. I think that'd be great. Joe writes: MJF for sure. Only one not to lose to Punk. I don't know. I think MJF. I don't know. I'm on the fence. Brooklyn Bleak. Yeah, MJF already won twice in one match. He's good. And All the Money says Jack Evans versus Danhausen would be very nice, very evil.
Love to see a little love for Jack Evans.
Yeah, bring back Jack Evans.
Love.
We miss him. Hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he's healthy. Any other things to cover, Roy?
I think we're going to do the Hall of Fame.
Let's do a quick Hall of Fame. Let's do a quick
Hall of Fame. It's pretty much a slam dunk for me this week. We haven't talked about this, but who would be your Hall of Fame choice?
It's not a slam dunk. It's not a toss-up, but I'm going to have to go with my first ever second time Hall of Famer, MJF.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. MJF is now in the LLW Hall of Fame. He's a two-time.
He's a two-time Hall of Famer.
It's pretty crazy. First ever LLW two-time Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Is MJF. Who's your Hall of Fame this week?
It's CM Punk. CM Punk is being inducted into the AEW Hall of Fame for the late job. What did I say?
AEW. Jesus. There's already too many Hall of Fames.
Sooner or later. I think it's definitely CM Punk just for the bleeding alone. And that promo that they had pre-recorded that he cut on Rampage was also incredible. He's at a whole new level, a level that we never got the chance to see in the WWE. This is all new, and this is great. CM Punk.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And then we got some comments here. Dante Martin wrestled Jack Evans in AEW Dark this week. I need to see that. Chica Marks writes, Danhausen needs to be fake, rich, and powerful like Ted DiBiase. That's very funny. That's really a very funny gimmick. WPW Wrestling Pro Wrestling has a fake owner. That is true. Joe writes,
who's the real owner? Is it Brian Kendrick?
I think so.
Yeah.
TK for Hall of Fame, making some moves. Actually, he might be in the non-wrestling wing of the Hall of Fame one day. He's not there yet. We don't choose these things.
Let me ask you a question, just real quick, based on your experience this week, just your life. Who would you induct into the celebrity wing of the LLW Hall of Fame?
So celebrity wing this year?
Yeah.
This
week.
I know who yours
like
is.
Non-wrestling.
I know who yours is.
Who?
Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, that's actually so true. Oh my God.
Johnny Knoxville is the celebrity wing. I guess I would have to put in Betty White. Betty White for all her contributions. I think she deserves it. The celebrity wing. Yeah. We got a few more comments here before we end the show. And of course, Danhausen, like every other week, to be inducted. Joe, we don't choose who's in the LLW Hall of Fame. It's voted on by the members of the Hall of Fame and the viewership. All money's MJF fake rich, EC3 fake rich, Danhausen. Who else is fake rich? Sasha Banks. She's got Snoop Dogg money. Maybe she's real rich. Chica Marks, Wrestling Pro Wrestler fake owner is Uncle Gary Tickles. It's true. It is true. It's very funny. It's very funny. But wow, what fun we had today. What fun we had on this show today discussing all the things. We're very excited for Revolution. Hope you are too. We're going to be watching it, and we're excited to talk about it. We're going to be talking about this week on the Woos and Whats of AEW Dynamite. We'll probably bring up a little bit of what happened, and you'll probably know about it. But we'll discuss who won our little bet here. But thank you all so much for joining us. Follow Loserly's Wrestling on Instagram, on TikTok, and all those things. Check out the podcast. My door just opened. It's freezing in here. My fake door just opened up from
the newsroom.
My fake door in the kitchen. The newsroom. One of the windows opened up in the newsroom. Great show. Thank you so much, Connor. You all have a great one. My name is Red Jefferson. I'm here with Roy Hammer. Say bye, Roy.
Bye. Hey, everybody enjoy Revolution. Hey, there's an Impact thing tonight. Yes, Brooklyn Bleak. There is an Impact show on tonight, 8:00 Eastern. Check it out. Alex Shelley versus Jay White. See y'all.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Olay. Olay. Olay.